Welcome back to Idealist. Now, you know that some of the best cars are the ones that people hate, so here are 10 of them, starting with the Nissan Z. Guys, I didn't just buy my dream ride, this GTR, but I also built it into a full-blown monster. 700 horsepower, flame tune, it even has underglow. And now I'm handing over not only the car, but $10,000 cash to one of you. All you gotta do is go to winthisIdealcar.com, grab some Ideal merch or a couple of digital entries or even an Ideal hat. And this thing could be showing up in your driveway. Built by me, driven by you. Let's do this. Click the pinned first comment down below and get entered right now for a limited time. Good skill and keep living the Ideal lifestyle. We waited a long time for the release of the new Nissan Z. But its retro-inspired styling kind of missed the mark, and you shouldn't care. The styling has grown on us, but it's also amazing to see guys like our boy TJ take it to another level and really make the Z into something special. That's because the DNA of the new Z is a proper sports car. A twin-turbocharged V6 mated to a manual transmission and a limited slip differential. The seats were designed using what Nissan learned from the GTR. And the new Nismo Z is going to be a 500 horsepower drift missile. Once these cars come out of warranty and owners aren't too scared to mod them, we're going to see the true potential of what this awesome JDM sports car can do. Next up, Dodge Viper. The Dodge Viper, it's a death trap. And here's the real issue with the Viper hate. Its image is stuck in between the old Vipers that were actually crazy. No windows, no roof, no ABS, no nothing. And always tried to kill ya. And the newest generation that comes with things like an actual roof, AC, door handles, ABS, traction control, and 640 horsepower. And yes, it does sound a little bit like a John Deere when it's idling, but with a little exhaust modification, and it sounds like a proper snake that bites. Even though the older cars have literally no creature comforts, don't think that underneath the slithery skin there wasn't impressive engineering going on. In fact, the OG Vipers were so ahead of their time, Dodge donated 93 of them to schools for educational purposes, and then destroyed all 93 of them when class was out for summer. Are you kidding me, Dodge? Doing dodgy things again. Now, it was a very special car from the start, but it's usually the nut behind the wheel that sometimes gets a little loose. Love it or hate it, you gotta respect it. I mean, how many cars out there have their own TV show? Next up, the Nissan Juke. The Nissan Juke is so wildly misunderstood. It's a sports cross, meaning it had the suspension of a sports car with the heightened clearance of a crossover. It handles so well. In fact, the Juke Nismo RS was the chosen vehicle to set the Guinness Book of World Records for fastest stint over 1 mile on 2 wheels. And it also set the fastest lap time at the Nürburgring for a production car of a 1.6 liter motor. Then Nissan decided to pull this on us. Yes, in front of you is the Nissan Juke R 2.0 with a 600 horsepower GTR Nismo engine. And yeah, you wouldn't plop that much horsepower into a car unless it already was a super capable chassis. Too bad they discontinued it a few years ago in the USA and replaced it with the Nissan Kicks. Because even so, the Juke has a face only a mother could love. Looks aren't everything, and these cars actually are pretty decent little cars. Next up are electric cars. Okay, real quick, before you click off, electric cars are not as bad as people say. Yes, they cost more to buy. Yes, range anxiety is a real thing. And yes, battery fires are very hard to put out. But really, a lot of the hatred is because of the fear of the unknown. Have you actually driven one? Well, you should. The acceleration is out of this world. It has less moving parts, so it's cheaper to run, and you get access to the HOV lane so you can hang out with all the left lane Prii. Plus, how can you tell me that the Taycan is not the most beautiful car like ever? Now, EVs may or may not be the future, but test driving one should be in your future. The Toyota Mark V Supra. The Mark V Supra is a great car, and yes, while it isn't the Mark IV, which is a JDM superhero that I think doesn't necessarily live up to its own reputation, but that two-step is something else. You see, the Mark V Supra was co-developed with BMW, so a lot of the hardcore JDM enthusiasts lost interest in it, but that's where they're wrong. Well, sorta. You see, Toyota did drop the ball when they didn't include a manual option from the get-go, but the fear of the new B58 power plant wouldn't live up to the legendary 2JZ has been largely put to rest. It can handle around 600 to 650 horsepower on the stock block and internals, which is plenty.
to be a supercar killer. Yes, it took a while, but chalk it up as another win for the guys over at Toyota, and it'll go down as one of the best tuner cars of all time. Oh baby, the PT Cruiser GT. There is no getting around it. The PT Cruiser is a product from the bad old days over at Chrysler. Its exterior is hideous, its interior atrocious. But because Dodge had created this car, one of the best front-wheel drive performance cars ever built, the Neon SRT4, they decided to shoehorn in the SRT4's 215 horsepower turbo 4-cylinder into the PT Cruiser GT. Now, not many people actually know that the PT Cruiser GT has the same power plant as the Performance Neon, so now you know. But the high-performance engine wasn't enough to save the PT Cruiser from being just a horrible car. I still think that they're cool, so maybe I'll convince Trav to buy one and I can drive it every once in a while, but on second thought, probably not. It's just that bad of a car, and I wouldn't wish it upon my worst enemies. And, well, the Dodge Neon SRT4. Now, the Dodge Neon SRT4, and don't at me, I know it's technically titled just SRT4, is quick, it's not fast, it's a neon, but it is a damn sexy neon, and it just seemed like it was the SRT4 versus the world when Dodge came out with it. But honestly, I think it's just jealousy that this unassuming front-wheel drive compact appealed to this younger demographic, and they were budget enthusiasts. Now, it was the fastest car in the world that you could buy new for under $20,000 on release. And believe it or not, it was supposed to be the star car in Too Fast, Too Furious. A lot of the first owners drove these things way too hard and put them away way too wet. And nowadays, Dodge gives us big ol' 800 horsepower Challengers. The SRT4 was built at a time when the SRT division was trying to build a full line of performance cars like BMW's M division, not just high-powered muscle cars, but it was a failed attempt. It was just too off-brand for the public to handle from the Dodge brothers. Next up, the NC Miata. They say the NC Miata is a big boat, but it only weighs 100 pounds more than the NB. They say that it doesn't have the OG pop-up headlights, which yes, is true, but the NCs are safer for pedestrians and way more aerodynamic. And they say that the NC is a better car than the NB, but not a better Miata. I say it's a hell of a sports car. What made it feel heavy was the soft suspension from the factory. But swap that out and it becomes undeniably 100% Miata. Built off the RX-8 platform, these eager little cars can handle everything that you throw at it. And the MX-5 Superlight is one of my favorite Mazdas of all time. Say it with me, Miata is always the answer. And the NC is one of the 4 best generations out there, so stop hating. Oh, and next up is the Mazda RX-8. Well, the Mazda RX-8 is such a misunderstood sports car, and that's thanks to its older brother, the eye-catching twin-turbo rotary-powered RX-7, which took on Porsche 911s head-on and won. The RX-8 still has a rotary engine, but Mazda, well, it ditched the turbos. Instead, they made the car feather light, gave it perfect 50-50 weight distribution, and those iconic rear hinge doors for easy rear seat access. And it wasn't supposed to be better than the twin-turbo FD, it was supposed to be different. And Mazda nailed it with a little sports car that drinks both gas and oil very regularly. And it handles curves with the best of them, and just gets a misunderstood bad rap. But you should know that those Renesas engines are just not very beefy, so maybe it's justified. And next is the Toyota Prius. I bet that most everyone watching this video has at least sat in the back seat of a Prius, and that's because cab drivers all over the world love it for its great fuel economy and reliability. But now, we can love it for one more thing. It's good looks. Yes, have you seen the new Prius? That thing is an absolute stunner. Come on, admit it. Plus, the Prius Prime is now kinda quick, with a 0 to 60 in just 6.6 seconds. I mean, that's faster than a first-year Subaru BRZ. Okay, and now the Subaru Forester. The Subaru Forester is a pretty ordinary, sorta sporty SUV thing, yet its past is extraordinary. Back in the early 2000s, Subaru had Foresters built and tuned by STI. It was exclusively offered in Japan as right-hand drive, and although it had that classic boxy Forester shape, you could tell that something potent was hiding under the hood. For the second generation, they actually took the STI's 2.5-liter turbocharged flat 4, making 265 horses, and just dropped the engine in the engine bay. The Forester STI was cool way before sporty SUVs ever became a thing, and the STI pedigree is just what the doctor ordered. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and also check out this tragic story about Subaru up here, or whatever YouTube recommends you watch down here. I'm Brad, this is Ideal, and promise me one thing, keep living the ideal lifestyle.